Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So we got to talk about it. We got to talk about the Portland Trailblazers because while I don't think they are the most surprising team in the NBA this year, they are definitely in the top two. Utah being number one and Portland being number two. Because this is a team that last season was one of the worst teams in the fucking NBA. I mean, and when I mean one of the worst teams in the NBA, I mean one of the worst teams all around, okay? They were 27th in points per game. They were 27th in offensive rating. Last year they were 30th out of 30 teams in defensive rating. And last year they were 27th out of 30 teams in opponent points per game, okay? With Chauncey Billups as their head coach going 27-55. Now we fast forward to this season. They are currently 10-4. They have the number one record in the West. They are 7th in defensive rating, 6th in opponents' points per game. They are 13th in offensive rating and 23rd in points per game, but they are also 28th in pace. This is a team that feels like an anomaly, and I'm going to tell you why, okay? Through the first 14 games, okay, they have one of the slowest fucking games in the NBA. I mean, they are a team that does not get out on the fast break. They pretty much run half-court offense, so on and so forth. But this is what Chauncey Billups basically did when he was in Detroit, so it was all half-court shit. There was no fast break game. But they are showing that when a team buys into what the coach is doing, they can fucking win. Chauncey Billups and Will Hardy of the Utah Jazz should be two coaches up for Coach of the Year this year because Chauncey Billups has managed to turn this team around, and not only are they playing well on defense, but they are stroking the shit out of the three-point shot. I mean, they are shooting 39.3% as a team from three-point land, and that is good enough for third in the NBA. The only teams ahead of them are Denver and Cleveland. Cleveland has 39.9% and Denver is like 42.3%. Denver is fucking killing it from the three-point line this year. But it's just the idea. Nobody expected this. Like, if you would have told me that guys like Jerami Grant are going to shoot 49% from three on 5.5 attempts per game, I would have told you were out of your fucking mind, okay? Like, for example, Jusuf Nurkic, granted he's only taking one attempt a game, but if you would have told me he's going to shoot 54% from three, I would have told you were out of your fucking mind. If you were going to tell me a rookie and Shaedon Sharpe was going to shoot 46% from three, I would have told you were out of your fucking mind. And not only is this team playing well defensively, they are shooting the three, but they're not committing fouls either. They are second in the NBA in personal fouls. The only team ahead of them is Denver. I think it's like 18.2 that Denver has. Then it's Portland at 18.6, and then it's everybody else. Okay? So they're playing defense. They're not committing fouls. Granted, the fast break defense or transition defense could be better. Their free throw shooting could be a lot better because their free throw shooting is like bottom half of the league. But I'm just going to keep it a buck. The tough part of their schedule is pretty much behind them at this point. The rest of their season schedule is supposedly a lot easier than the rest of the leagues, which leads me to believe that Portland is going to continue kicking teams' asses. And when you consider the idea that Gary Payton II has not played a single fucking game for them yet, and he is a very good defensive player, he's an athlete, pretty much an athletic guard. He can dunk the ball, he catches lobs, he can shoot the three to some extent. I mean, one of their best defensive players haven't even played a game for them yet. And I just think to myself, Portland, it might fuck around and be a top 5 defense in the league this year once they get Gary Payton II to play. And what good would a Portland Trailblazers video be if I didn't talk about Shaedon Sharpe? Shaedon Sharpe shooting 53% from the field, 46% from three, 69% from the free throw line is, I'm expecting for a little bit better, but I feel like that will come as the season goes on. He is exceeding my expectations of scoring about 9.5 points per game. It's like 9.3, but everybody on this team has exceeded my expectation. From Shaedon Sharpe to Jerami Grant to Jusuf Nurkic, who, Nurk is averaging 12.5 and 10.5 a game. He's averaging 12.5 points, 10.5 rebounds. He's shooting 85% from the free throw line. I mean, Jerami Grant is shooting 75% from the free throw line. It's just, it's nice to see guys go to Portland and become different players. Like Jerami Grant. Jerami Grant was not a very efficient player before he went to Portland. Nor was he a very, amazing defensive player. But He's averaging basically 21 and a half points per game, shooting 50% from the field and basically 50% from three, and 75% from the free throw line on 21, 2.5 assists a game and 5 rebounds a game, and he's averaging about 1 steal and 1 block. I mean, and he's not turning the ball over either, 2.2 turnovers a game. I mean, the one guy on their team turning the ball over the most is Damian Lillard, but it's Damian Lillard. You will allow Damian Lillard to turn the ball over 4 times a game if he's going to score almost 30 points a fucking game at 27.9. So, I'm going to be honest, man. Portland's impressing me. Big shout out to Chauncey Billups because he seems to be turning this team around. But yeah, if you ask most people who follow the NBA, if you would have told them Portland was going to have the number 1 record in the Western Conference 14 games in, they probably would have told you were fucking high. But definitely nice to see. But they need to work on the free throws, and they definitely got to work on their transition defense, which I think will come with time. But so look, if they keep playing like this, man, well, you got guys like Jerami Grant shooting 50% from 3, and Shaedon Sharpe is already like their 7th man off the bench. By the time the year ends, I expect him to be the 6th man off the bench. If this keeps up, man, shit's gonna get real. Now, is Portland a championship team? That I do not know. I do not know that to be true yet. If that's a thing, because I still have yet to see them play. Have they played the Bucks yet? I'm curious. Game log. Have they played Milwaukee or any of the top teams yet? Sacramento, no, they have not played Milwaukee yet. They've played Phoenix twice. Actually, they've played Phoenix 3 times and won 2 out of those 3 times. They've played Denver and beat Denver. Denver's a good team. They're finally a good team. They beat the Lakers. Everyone beats the Lakers. So they lost to Memphis. They lost to Dallas. So I don't really know yet, man. They beat the Pelicans. The Pelicans are probably going to be a playoff team this year. So I don't really know, man. We'll have yet to see. I got to see them play, the Celtics. I got to see them play Milwaukee before I can make a determination on if they're, championship caliber. But they look like a solid team, man. They're a solid unit, and they're way better than they were last season. Like, it's a significant improvement. So, shout out to Chauncey Billups. Hopefully, Shaedon Sharpe keeps playing the way that I expect him to. I'm expecting those stats to go up now because he has exceeded my expectations. He's been getting way more minutes than I thought he would, but, if you can play, you can play. So, Shaedon Sharpe has proved me wrong. Jerami Grant definitely looks like a better pickup than I initially thought. And Gary Payton II's coming back, so I don't know, man. I think Portland keeps this up, and the idea, like I said, that their schedule just gets easier as the season goes on. It's going to be definitely interesting to watch. I think they're going to finish the season with probably 50 wins, or at least in the ballpark, 51, 52 wins. They're a team that is definitely capable of that if they continue this level of play, which I think they are. I think they definitely will, because I don't see this team quitting on Chauncey Billups. I don't think I just don't think the Portland Trailblazers are going to do it to Chauncey Billups what the New York Knicks did to Tom Thibodeau, where it's like one year they play really good and then the next year they're just fucking dog shit. So I don't know, man. We'll have yet to see. But yeah, Portland exceeded expectations. Definitely a surprise team to me. Arguably number 1, with Utah. But yeah, really good team, and hopefully they continue this. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. Helps me out, subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.